St Ives is a very busy, popular holiday resort, but there's a lot more to it than just beaches and art galleries. There's an area of countryside on the outskirts of the town which is now under threat from a major development.
The proposal is for an 80-bed care home and 26 dwellings, effectively forming a new village and filling 2 fields just below Steeple Woods. The access to the site is off Higher Tregenna Road, which is the road that leads to the school.
Care for the elderly is a very emotive issue, and no one can dispute the need for up-to-date care facilities. However, this chosen site is an integral part of the local countryside. It's a recreational amenity which is accessed all year round by hundreds of people, not only locals, which includes the children, the groups such as the Scouts and the Brownies, the school children who go up onto the hill to carry out tree planting in the reserve, but also countless visitors. And the development will also affect a bridleway, the only remaining bridleway in St Ives, which is again used all year round by not only horse riders but also by walkers.
The opposition to these plans are not just locally in Steeple Lane or in St Ives. They've now stretched as far as Australia and Europe. The Facebook campaign now has over 600 followers, and letters are pouring into St Ives Town Council in an effort to stop the proposal.
Were it not for the fact that it's a care home that is being proposed for this site, it seems highly doubtful as to any other type of development such as housing being allowed in this area. And there are many council policies that seem to preclude any development, although there's no official protection. For example, there's a policy R4 which states that a development should not harm the recreational value of the area, which includes Tregenna, Steeple Woods and Nils Monument. And these 2 fields lie exactly within this arc of those 3 named areas and are thus an integral part of what is actually a wildlife corridor.
As recently as 2 years ago, an application for a modest 1-bedroom extension on a house adjacent to the access of the proposal site was refused or recommended for refusal by Penwith District Council, who were then the local authority. Back in 1991, the planning inspector dismissed an appeal by Belyars Estates for 4 properties just across the road from the access. This was on environmental grounds and the impact that it would have created. To give you an idea of the size and enormity of this scheme, it dwarfs Tesco's and its car park. The applicants for this scheme and their agents maintain there will be no traffic implications either on the junction with Steeple Lane or the A3074. This is the road that serves St Ives and Carbis Bay through to the A30. It's used by school children. The pavement is just over 2'6" wide. There are a number of alternatives available, which include the sensitive redevelopment of either both sites, or, as we have now investigated with chartered architects, a proposal that could provide 84+ bed accommodation on the Trewartha site in Carbis Bay near the facilities, and that could be carried out simply by the sale of the Headlands home.
Steeple Lane is so called because it leads to Nils Monument, which is known locally as the Steeple. This is a listed building which is actually the focus of a local St Ives ceremony which takes place every 5 years. Now, Steeple Lane is the route that is used by walkers and riders who wish to access the area of countryside around the steeple. Many of these people, walkers and riders, will turn it off along a bridleway. And this bridleway will very sadly cease to be effective as one. Bearing in mind it is the only remaining bridleway in St Ives, we also stand to lose this one because it will be bisected by the access road which goes up to the care home site. If you stand up on the steeple and you look down towards St Ives, you can actually see the field across which this access road will go. At this time of year, the leaves are on the trees and actually largely cover the area that is going to be or could be the site of the care home. But during the winter time, not only will the access road be visible, but also so will part of the care home and the adjacent dwellings. The so-called access field that we've been referring to is actually the field that is adjacent to the school cricket pitch. And only a couple of years ago, this field was in cultivation, growing organic vegetables. But once there is an access road built across it, this then renders it unsuitable for agriculture. And the mere fact that this access road also will have all the services laid on means that this field will be ripe for development. And as a consequence, this will create even more traffic problems in Higher Tregenna Road, which is of particular significance relating to the school.
There are quite a few implications if this is approved. The release of the Trewartha site will inevitably lead to further social housing, probably in conjunction with private development, an expansion of the school. That has been one of the main reasons that further development in the Carbis Bay area has been resisted for so long.
Essentially, we've only just covered one or two issues relating to the unsuitability of this site. We feel that this area is unsuitable for any kind of development, not just the care home, but any kind of development. Because there are so many issues that we haven't covered, if you'd like to find out more about these, perhaps you would care to go to our website, which is www.savesteeplefields.co.uk, which would provide you with lots more information and how to object, who to write to, etc. Thank you.